Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Motor City Mad Mile Show. My name is Scott Morganroth. Please be joined by Tony Diaz, a coach for the Atlanta Braves. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure being here.
Well, you're very welcome. So let's talk a little bit about your background for those getting to know you the first time. Why don't you give us an overview of your career, Tony?
I've been really blessed to be in this game coaching on the coaching side for 25 years. Started at a young age with the Rockies, spent 17 years coaching with the Rockies in the minor leagues, then 2 years at the big league level coaching first base. Then went over to the Minnesota Twins, coached third base for 3, and was assistant bench coach for 3. And then, unfortunately, as a player, didn't really make it that far. I got hurt right away. I got drafted by the Angels in 1995 in a round that doesn't exist anymore, 46 round.
So tell me, you talk about the Colorado Rockies. That to me is an interesting bird. You were there how many years? 17?
Yes.
Tell me what that was like.
17 years. No, it's definitely part of my DNA. Had tremendous mentors out there with the Rockies. They pretty much grew me and raised me in the game as a coach. So I'll be eternally grateful. Guys like rest in peace, PJ Carey. Walt Weiss was one of those guys that ended up being a tremendous resource and a mentor for me. But Mike Gallego, Scott Fletcher, those are brilliant infield guys. Richie Dower, rest in peace. Michael Hill gave me the first job, who's now the Team USA GM. And the list goes on and on. But super grateful for the opportunity with the Rockies. And again, it's always going to be part of my life.
Well, tell me about Walt Weiss. Obviously, his first year at the helm for the Braves, and obviously he's got to be one of the major reasons that you're here, isn't he?
I got to believe so, yeah. Walt is a tremendous human being to start with, a great player, a great coach, but probably a better person. And as a guy that his pedigree speaks for itself, and the way he treats people, the way he goes about his business, the way he prepares, it's impressive. And I always looked up to Walt, and I'm glad that we're finally get to share the uniform together, the big league level.
Let's talk about the Braves a little bit now. Obviously, they struggled a little bit last year. You have a new regime in here. Tell me, what have you noticed so far about this year's version of the Braves?
Well, first of all, it's a very talented group. We get impressed with the talent. But what really excites me about this group is the team first mentality that they bring to the table. The character of the group is second to none. So when you combine that talent with that type of mentality, that's usually what makes special things happen. So I'm fired up. The Braves organization has a tremendous reputation, and honestly, the reality has matched that reputation to a T.
So why don't you describe all of your stops in general, Tony, and what were you able to get out of each and every one of your stops?
As that I coach at a rookie ball level for majority of my time with the Rockies before I was elevated to a supervisor position. So I was a hitting coach. Then I managed the Pioneer League team, Casper, and then Grand Junction. Then I was promoted to be a supervisor, which was a position in which I was in charge of overseeing more of the extended group and the short season group that we had. And then I managed in the Arizona Fall League. Mm-hmm. And been blessed to also manage in the Dominican Winter League. So all in all, for me, it's as a coach, my overall philosophy, we try to simplify the game as much as we can for the players. We try to give them a clear plan that they can execute and let their instincts play. And we also have to always continue to grow, because if we want our players to be better, we also have to be better as coaches. So that's, in a nutshell, really what I've learned and what I would say is my philosophy.
So you've had a couple managerial stints, is what you're telling me, right? So does that mean at some point that you yearn for the opportunity to manage, if that's the big leagues or a higher level, so that you can ultimately do what everybody's second guessed to do?
I don't know if that's even in my horizon. My approach has been to be excellent at what I do, regardless of what may lie ahead. So if I'm doing this is my role with the team. I try to be excellent with my responsibilities, and I'm a believer that whatever happens, that happens. I don't like to look 2-3 miles down the road and lose sight of what's in front of me. So I'm honored and flattered to accomplish the things that I've accomplished. A lot of people have believed in me, and I just don't want to let those people down.
Okay, obviously you told me before we went on the air that you're going to be working with the infield. Give me a bit more of a detailed about what you're going to be doing with the infield all year.
I've been in charge primarily of the positioning side of the infield. So we get the information that from our R&D department, the analytical department, which they do a tremendous job,
Right.
and then I watch a lot of videos. I watch a lot of tendencies, and hopefully we can be a top team when it comes to positioning in the infield. And the main goal is that even though the shift has been banned, when they face us, the other team's got to be like, oh, I thought the shift was banned, but they're catching everything we hit.
Really, no kidding. So, what position did you play when you were actually balling?
I got as a shortstop and then second base. That was yeah.
Oh, so you got the middle infield. Tell me what that was like.
You gotta. I like the fact that you have to be involved in almost every play,
Right.
and you have to be aware of what's happening in your surroundings. So I think that's the beauty of being in the middle of the action. So
So we have a lot of, being a defensive guy, you're subject to a lot of changes. You're going to have the ABS system there this year, and of course they had that big, stealing base. You got the bigger base pass. Tell me what it's like with the modern day rule changes as to how Major League Baseball is.
I think those rules have definitely make our game better. We have the technology. Why not use it? And in the past, we saw no hitters being denied because of that. With the Armando Galarraga play in Detroit,
Right.
we had definitely strike zones that were ungodly big, and nobody could do anything about it. So now the bigger bases, it's again we want more action, and I like it. I think it also helps with the injury prevention. So I'm for the new technology being included, and I think it's make the game better.
So you're telling me you like the replays and the pitch clock? Is that correct?
I do. I do like it. I think the pitch clock has been a tremendous addition to the game. We want the pace of the game to be quick, and some people argue that maybe that takes a little time, but still, I think the average time last year we're trending in the good direction.
What about the ABS system now that they're going to be the challenge system? I know umpires don't like to be second guessed, but they're going to be stuck here doing it, knowing that there's somebody looking over their shoulder.
Yes, yes, and I get that, but at the same time, it's the human eye can lie to all of us, and again, we have the technology that also is you get two challenges, and if you lose them, then you're done.
Right.
So it's not like you can blatantly just challenge every call that you feel that it's in. So I think the two challenges is good actually because you got to be smart, you got to still be strategic how you use that.
Come on. Don't you tell me that over the years that you miss the managers arguing with the umpires as part of the entertainment? Is this game softened to a point where we got to leave the old umpires alone? We got to be nice to these guys.
No, I mean the human element still exists, obviously, and even with replay, we they don't get it right 100% of the time. So yeah, I don't think the human element has been lost by any means. But again, it's part of the technology that if it's there at your disposal, why not use it? And it would when we have it, and we can get the play right, we can get the strike zone right. Why not use it?
Okay, I'll get you out of here with two questions. Number one, you really got me with Armando Galarraga. What are your thoughts about that play? And should they have overturned it and given them that anyways? I know anybody can say that Armando Galarraga is probably the reason that we got the replay, but come on. I mean, this guy should have a perfect game, and they've never had one before.
Yeah, if it definitely is up to me, I would reverse that and give him the no hitter. It was a blatant call, and but again, if that's what that's what he led to. That now we have instant replay, well then we're better off because of it. But again, that Galarraga, that breaks your heart when you go like, oh my goodness, you know how hard it is to throw a no hitter at any level, and then you lose it because of that.
Well, no hitter. This guy lost a perfect game.
Yes.
So with that said, okay, what are your thoughts about combined no hitters? Don't you think that takes away from the accomplishment itself?
Yeah, well, sometimes you can. Yeah, it can take away a little bit of the accomplishment, but at the same time, it's our responsibility is to make sure that our guys are healthy, and we don't want to put our guy in jeopardy just because we're trying to get that no hitter. Get a combined no hitter. It's probably this feels as special.
Okay, and my final question is this. Let's talk about the Braves for 2026. What do you expect out of this team, and how competitive can this team be, even with a new regime in place?
I expect this team to be contending and to be right there amongst the top teams in the league. Again, the talent level is second to none, and then you have a mindset of a collective group of individuals that are coming to work day in and day out. And like I alluded to, I'm impressed with how these guys have a team first mentality. It's the camaraderie is awesome, and they know who they are. I know that last year that left a sour taste in everybody's mouth.
Right.
So you have a group that is motivated and hungry, and talented, and good things are going to happen.
Well, you have the Mets, you have the Phillies, and the Marlins. Any assessment, real quick, of those teams?
The Phillies, well, again, it's one of the things that I kind of learned. So you got to worry about yourself and take care of what you can control.
All right.
And it's Phillies are the Phillies, and as long as we control, we can control, and we put ourselves in a position to succeed day in and day out, then I'm sure that in the long run we're going to be where we want to be.
Right.
And things happen. The Phillies team that is the Phillies team right now is not going to be maybe in April, May. Who knows? Same with the Marlins.
Right. So you're not worried about the Marlins, the Mets, and the Phillies. You're only worried about the Braves.
Yeah. If we play up to our capabilities, we should be in the dance floor when it comes to October.
Well, Tony, I want to thank you very much for joining the Motor City Mad Mouth Show. My name is Scott Morganroth, Motor City Mad Mouth. Please be joined by Tony Diaz, coach of the Atlanta Braves. And you know what? I wish you nothing but the best, and have a great year, and go get some things accomplished, all right?
All righty. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.